Hmm? Dead already? But I just got those last night. I think there's something in the water. So, Night Swim is a horror movie that came out this year, and it starts off with a little girl in the year 1992 trying to retrieve a little boat from a swimming pool. But doesn't go well. Surprise, surprise. So, her name is Rebecca Summers, and she goes to get the little boat. Now, she does start off smart. She gets the big long, the net, so she can try and reel it in. And she almost gets it. Although every time she tries to get it, her foot moves closer and closer to the edge. It's like, why wouldn't you just readjust yourself and then try it again? But I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like this movie at all. I don't even think I can make this movie sound interesting. There are some cool shots in this movie, but overall, it's full of just cliche moments. The acting is a bit over the top. The dialogue is just it's rough. It basically tells a story of the little girl in the beginning, which I mentioned, Rebecca Summers. She tries to get the boat. She gets something seems to pull her in, and she just vanishes. The only thing left are two slippers, fluffy slippers, white ones. And the family moves in, and it's a husband, a wife, and two kids, boy and a girl. The husband isn't well. He used to be a baseball player, and he's had to pull out because of illness. He has a cane, and he finds it difficult to walk, so he's not fully able-bodied. And so yeah, they check the house out, and they decide they do want to move in. The husband sees a baseball in the pool, and he he goes down on his knees, and he doesn't even go on his knees. He squats down, goes to grab the ball. I don't know why you would do this if you know you're not completely able-bodied. Like, why would you just ask one of your kids, "Hey, get that for me, pick it up"? Why would you do that? So he reaches to get the ball, and he falls in. It's This movie is just full of really dumb shit like that. You get the whole movie basically. I don't want to break the whole fucking movie down because it was painful to watch as it is, and throughout the movie, the more the husband uses the pool, the more better he gets and fitter he gets physically, and slowly throughout the movie, because it's like the water is tainted or something, it slowly, taints his brain. It slowly takes control. And there's a line that he uses later on in the movie, which is, the swimming pool is the best thing that ever happened to us. Which, that sums up the whole, in essence. But like, you get loads of moments where like the kids are out in the pool and the lights are flickering and they're underwater, and they see someone standing there, and they get up and there's nobody there. Moments like that. Look, there is one cool moment. It's whenever the son is swimming in the pool, and he's like trying to get like these coins. They do something which I think is actually a pretty cool idea. Like, no, they throw coins in the pool and then they go down to retrieve them. So that's pretty cool. I like that. I mean, that just seems fun. That's something I would do. But he's doing that, and there's like the part where, where in a swimming pool there's like a gap where the water would usually go in. That's all around. It's like the drain or something. But he sees there's like hair in there. He's trying to get like an action figure, and something grabs him. And you just see it behind there. This looks grotesque and creepy looking. It's cool enough scene, and I just didn't like this movie. I didn't like it. I didn't like the pacing of it. The scares were predictable. It was just full of jump scares that were predictable. The dad's acting, who I may add, the actor who's playing the husband slash father, his dad is Kurt Russell. So hey, shout out to Kurt. But his acting isn't the best in this movie. It's just a little over the top, especially towards the end whenever he gets possessed more. And the dialogue just gets worse and worse. Like the agent that recommended the house to the family for them to buy it. Like later on, they have a full on like pool party, and she sort of confesses there that okay, there's something about the pool. The little girl died in there, and then she uses this dialogue which I cringed so hard at it. She said, "Look, you seemed like you wanted to buy the house. You seemed happy. I didn't want to. Fuck, what was that? I have it written here. That's how bad it was. I didn't want to poo in your pudding or something. Just really bad fucking dialogue." Well, who uses words? Who talks like that in reality? You know, and the daughter, she has her male friend as typical teenager, and they have like the date thing where they're swimming in the pool together, and they're doing the whole Marco Polo thing. And I mean, there's again kind of cool sequences where like you hear like a voice going like polo, or it's like and she's following it, and but it's just predictable. You know what's coming. You know someone's gonna grab her. It's a jump scare, or it's gonna grab her foot. Woo! Seen this shit 100 times better. You know. So, and you get a sequence where they're all playing baseball, and after the dad's, got fitter, he's gotten better, and there's a sequence where he hits the baseball, the bat with the bat, and he hits it extremely hard, and it flies that way. So he bats it, it flies up that way, and everybody's looking up like, oh, and then for some reason it comes back that way. Why? Like, is that how physics work? I don't think so. So why the fuck did it happen? Flies back this way, hits into the lights, smashes the lights. Ooh, dramatic effect. You see what I mean? It's just so bleh. So the wife realizes that her husband is always out in the pool, and like more than he should be. He's out there like in the middle of the night, just randomly swimming. And she sort of realizes, oh, this isn't right. This is a bit, you know. So whenever he slowly gets possessed, basically he's in the pool and there's like this black ooze or something that comes out of the drain below, and it goes into his mouth, and then he's basically possessed. And while he's in the pool, he has a kid on his shoulders. And there's a scene which I'll give you that it's kind of a cool sequence. It's different, where he's holding on to the kid and he walks slowly backwards into the deeper end. So the kid near drowns. But, I think it would have been a lot more impactful if the kid did drown and did die, because it would have made it more shocking and it would have made it more, gave it more points, more worth. Like, we do this, cool, yeah, trying to drown a kid, but then the other dad jumps in, saves the kid. The kid's fine. He just has like marks on his legs from where the dad was squeezing. But I think the kid should have probably died. I think it would have it really would have probably made it worthwhile doing that, and the shock factor. And then maybe I would have like, okay, oh shit, all right, damn. But no, cop out as usual, making that scene pointless. Just, oh my god, he tried to kill a kid. So I didn't go anywhere. Then you get to the part whenever the dad's fully possessed. And oh no, wait, before that, I do want to say that the grandparent of Rebecca, the little girl from the beginning that disappeared, so the wife goes to visit her to try and get answers about the pool. And she sort of gives an explanation that, it's cool on paper that basically anybody who like flicks a coin into the water and they make a wish, they can have their wish, but it means they have to sacrifice something or someone, to put it better. So, it's a cool concept on paper. It's like, okay, so water has rules. That's interesting. Cool. But they execute it just so sloppily that you don't give a fuck at this point. At this point in the movie, you're like, don't give a fuck. Show me the credits, please. It's rough. And then you have this terrible fucking CGI moment when the old lady, she has like black blood or something coming out of her eyes, like a whole face. It just looks so bad. With CGI, it looks rough. Like there's a scene the first time when like blood goes out of her eye, she goes down here and she wipes it away, and it's just gone instantly. Which tells you it was obviously just CGI and she wiped it and it was gone. It looked bad. It looked really bad. Even though the dad eventually does get proper full on possessed, he has the ooze down his face, and again it just looks rough. And then he starts using really cringy dialogue while he's hunting for the daughter. Because like the son disappears in the pool and he's the sacrifice. And he's down there for at least 20 minutes, but they take him out. He's fine. He's not dead like a normal person would be. Which makes no sense. Hey, fuck it. But the dad's walking around looking for the daughter who's hiding. And he's like, Marco, Marco. And then he appears behind her in a predictable jump scare. You're supposed to say Polo. Right. Fucking oh, right. And then the mom swims to the abyss, saves her son, comes back. And there's a scene that cracked me up and it had me in stitches of laughter, which is basically the daughter basically beats the shit out of her dad with like something, she's beating his ass while he's possessed. And then whenever they eventually get him depossessed, they get their dad back, the husband, and he spits it all out and he's back to normal. And they're like picking up the son and they're like, come on, Dad, come on. And he's like struggling to get up because he just got his ass whooped. He's like, yeah, I'm coming. Yep. It's so stupid. Then the dad realizes that my son isn't going to come back unless I sacrifice myself. And he had this cringy moment where he walks into the water, looks back, says something like, "Don't look back." Walks into the water, and it's like no one even fucking notices. he vanishes, whatnot. And the family's like, "Where's Dad?" It's like, well, he's gone. Like, that's awful. So anyway, it's just so it's bad, man. A moment where we're supposed to care. Oh my god, he sacrificed himself. This is meant to be an emotional moment. We're all meant to feel sad. Nope. It was garbage. I was like, hurry the fuck up and die so this movie can end. I hated it. So then they throw cement over the pool to close it off, and yeah, movie ends. Yay. I didn't like this movie at all. There were one or two cool-ish scenes, but overall it was full of predictable jump scares, god-awful CGI, cringy dialogue, predictable scares. Nothing. We've seen it all before. Family goes, there's something that's haunted in their house. Dad becomes possessed. He becomes a psychopath. We've seen that 100 fucking times, and we've seen it better in better movies. This just felt cliched. It felt generic, mediocre at best, and I struggled to even put the word mediocre in the thumbnail of this video because I felt that's too high a praise. But it's rough. If I were you, if you're thinking about watching it, don't. Just skip it. Trust me, you're not missing anything. So, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I wholeheartedly appreciate it, and I appreciate all of you. And let me know in the comments below if you've watched this movie. What did you think of it? Did you enjoy it? Let me know. We'll talk about it. And as always, don't kill anyone.